There are places on Earth where nature feels distant, softened by human presence. Katmai National Park is not one of them. Here, nature is raw, immediate, and powerful. Stretching across more than 4 million acres on the rugged coast of southern Alaska, Katmai is a world where volcanoes shape the land, rivers run thick with salmon, and giant brown bears roam freely, commanding the stage with a presence that humbles even the boldest traveler. Born of fire. The story of Katmai is written in fire. In 1912, the Novarupta volcano erupted in one of the most violent volcanic events of the 20th century. Ash and pumice blanketed the landscape, entire valleys were buried, and the sky itself darkened with smoke. From this cataclysm was born the Valley of 10,000 Smokes, a surreal, ash-covered landscape where steam vents hissed from the earth for years after. Today, that valley still stands as a haunting monument to nature's fury, a place where silence feels heavy, broken only by the whisper of wind across volcanic plains. Volcanoes remain the guardians of Katmai. 13 major peaks rise within the park, some still active, reminding visitors that this is a land forged and reforged by fire. Hiking across the Valley of 10,000 Smokes or flying over its ash-covered ridges, one feels transported to another planet, stark, alien, and mesmerizing. Kingdom of the brown bear, yet for all its volcanic grandeur, Katmai is most famous for its living giants, the brown bears. Few places in the world allow such intimate and safe encounters with these magnificent animals. Every summer, hundreds of bears gather at the Brooks River, drawn by the annual salmon run. Here, nature stages one of its most iconic spectacles. Bears standing tall in rushing water, jaws open as silver salmon leap upstream. The air is filled with the roar of the falls, the splash of fish, and the guttural growls of bears asserting their dominance. Visitors at Brooks Falls can watch this drama unfold from elevated viewing platforms. The scene is unforgettable, a raw, unfiltered glimpse of survival, strategy, and power. Bears compete for the best fishing spots. Some dive into the water, others perch patiently at the crest of the falls, while cubs stumble clumsily beside their mothers, learning the art of the hunt. But bears are not confined to Brooks Falls. Throughout Katmai, they wander rivers, meadows, and coastlines, digging for clams, grazing on sedges, or resting lazily after a feast. Photographers and wildlife lovers come from around the world to capture these moments. The quiet yawn of a bear cub, the glistening spray as a salmon is caught mid-leap, the sheer bulk of a dominant male silhouetted against the horizon. In Katmai, the bear is not just an animal, it is a symbol of wildness, resilience, and the eternal struggle between hunger and abundance. Rivers of life. What draws the bears and sustains Katmai's ecosystems are the salmon. Each year, millions of these fish fight their way upriver from the ocean, returning to the very streams where they were born. For the salmon, it is the final chapter of life. For everything else in Katmai, it is the beginning. Bears gorge themselves, eagles swoop for scraps, and even the soil benefits as decaying salmon nourish the forests and meadows. Standing at the edge of the Brooks River, watching the water shimmer with fish, one begins to understand this scale of Alaska's cycles of life. This is not just a river, it is a lifeline, pulsing with energy that sustains an entire world of creatures. Beyond the bears and salmon, Katmai offers a landscape of striking contrasts. Along its coast, dramatic cliffs drop into the Pacific Ocean, where sea lions bask and seabirds nest in teeming colonies. Inland, alpine tundra stretches beneath snow-capped peaks, while dense forests hide quiet streams where otters play. The Valley of 10,000 Smokes lies barren and grey, a stark reminder of fire, yet just beyond it, fields burst into bloom during summer, dotted with wildflowers and buzzing with life. This diversity is what makes Katmai so enchanting. It is not a single story, but a collection of stories, of fire and rebirth, of predators and prey, of silence and abundance. Each corner of the park reveals a new face, each season a new rhythm. A frontier experience, Katmai is not a place of highways and crowds. Most visitors arrive by small plane or boat, their first glimpse of the park often through clouds or across endless stretches of wilderness. There are no roads connecting it to Alaska's highway system, no large cities on its borders. That remoteness is part of its magic. To come here is to step away from the familiar and into a frontier where human presence feels temporary. The park offers hiking, kayaking, backcountry camping, and wildlife viewing, but it asks something in return: respect. This is bear country, volcano country, wilderness in its truest sense. Visitors are reminded to keep distance, to tread lightly, and to let nature lead. Why Katmai captures the imagination? What makes Katmai unforgettable is its duality. It is a place born in violence, the firestorm of Novarupta, yet today it thrives as one of the richest wildlife sanctuaries on Earth. It is both desolate and abundant, harsh and nurturing. It reminds us that destruction can give way to renewal, and that life, even in the harshest conditions, finds a way to flourish. To stand in Katmai is to feel humbled. The bears, the volcanoes, the endless landscapes, they dwarf human presence and invite reflection. It is not just a park to visit, but a story to witness, a reminder of the fragile, fierce balance that sustains our planet. Katmai National Park is not a postcard to glance at. It is an experience to feel. It is the thunder of a waterfall drowned in salmon, the quiet gaze of a bear on the riverbank, the ghostly silence of a valley carved by fire. Here in Alaska's wild heart, nature speaks in its truest voice. And once you've heard it, you will never forget it.